and have a debrief with the writers just to see what they'll tell me. We bug them, we text them, we email them, we call them and try to get clues. When you read a script, you get a lot of clues. That really helps. We don't always know where we're heading, but we can kind of suss them out and get a general idea. You know, then there's always research you're going to do. When I was doing Larry as a burn victim, I did a lot of research on burns, what that actually does to a person and how burns affect a person's psyche. When I was doing Spalding, I didn't speak on set. So my research became the active act of not speaking. And that began to affect the way I interacted with the other actors. When I was Liz, I only came to set dressed. I never showed up as a male. If I was on set, I was dressed as Liz. And I behaved appropriately because it's easier for me to feel what I'm going to be feeling. You know, this year, if I'm in it, you know, I'm sort of struggling with what's going to happen. I have some information, but not a lot, so I'm definitely doing what I can to do my research and figure things out. Sometimes you're playing a character that you understand and know, and sometimes you don't know them as well. You know, when I was doing Stanley from Freak Show, I love card tricks, I love little dancing things, whistling things, so I always had Stanley dancing and whistling and moving around and pulling coins out of people's ears. Not a lot of it made it to screen, but for me it was important that he was a real con man, a real old-fashioned hustler, like Paper Moon. So I watched Paper Moon again. So it depends on what the character is, you know?
Hi, first of all, I really need to commend you on your role as Liz. I love American Horror, I thought you were amazing. But I also loved you as Russell Edgington.
Yeah.
I absolutely thought you were fantastic. So can you tell me, what is a great memory of True Blood and of being a vampire?
Oh, so many. You know, it wasn't until late in the season that I got to work with Ryan Quanten, Jason. We had been like a drive-by a couple of times, but only late I got to actually do a scene with him. And he's so funny. He's such a funny guy. And Michael McMillian and I and Jason, Ryan Quanten, working together, we kept laughing. We could not stop laughing. We had the best time. And I love Alex Skarsgård. And my favorite thing about him was when he read the script where he had to kill me, he was like, "No, I don't want to kill Denis."
I was so sad.
They were like, "You have to kill him. You have to kill him." He's like, "No," which is ironic given how much our characters hated each other. But so many. It was just a great cast. I love the guy who played my lover, Talbot. There's this actor named Theo Alexander. Just this great, talented, crazy dude. And Theo, the part was meant to be English, so they wanted some like really foppy sort of like, you know, English character wearing a robe. And Theo was Greek, very Greek. And he's like, "No, Talbot is this, so he's this." And he did the audition, they were all like, "Oh my God, yeah, you get the part." Just like he stormed the room. I love that about him. He was so great. But yeah, it was great to be able to work with all those people. I wanted more to do with Lafayette, Nelson. I wish I had more to do with Carrie Preston, who I adore. That would have been fun. I would have loved to work with Mishka Forbes, who played Marianne, but we were different seasons, and I would have beat her up. I love Godric. It would have been fun to work with him. But when we had a great time on this set. Anna Paquin's a delight. Steve Moyer and I are pals. I talk to him all the time. We've formed a real family, and we've actually stayed friends, which is really cool.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I just love you.
Thank you. Just checking.
Hi. I was wondering, just say hypothetically you weren't in American Horror Story Season 6, is there a chance you could like show up on Scream Queens?
You know, Ryan likes to use people again and again. So, you know, any of us could show up anywhere. Whether it's, I mean, Darren Criss from Glee came on and did our show. Cheyenne Jackson did, you know, Glee came on and did our show. You know, Sarah's done both shows. She did Crime Story and our show. So now that Ryan's got 4 shows, Crime Story, American Horror Story, Scream Queens, and now Feud, which is the new show with Jessica Lange and Susan Sarandon. You know, there's all kinds of opportunities for us to show up. He's a very loyal guy, and he likes to use us in all capacities, so I would definitely do it.
And I just wanted to say that I would have loved to see you on Glee.
That would have been fun, you know? Too late. Sorry, it's done.
That would have been fun. Forget
Would've
to
been fun.
Sylvester. It's like, Denis.
Exactly.
I know, and you're already singing for us.
I know. I know.
And you can sing a bunch of show tunes.
I could do that.
Oh,
If I get paid
darn.
enough.
Murphy missed out, man. So, Brian has expressed his interest in having more involvement with children in this next season. How do actors work with like such little children with such heavy plot lines?
You know, I think kids are naturally pretty good actors because they live in a world where they, you know, they're already sort of in the pretend world. I have a 5-year-old, and you know, it's very real to them, and they're pretending to do things. When I'm playing, usually Luke Skywalker to his Darth Vader because he thinks Darth Vader is good, and I'm like, no. You know, he's into it. He's, you know, it's real. And so kids, when they bring that to a movie set or TV set, it's real. It's full on. The kids last year, like the little vampire babies, the little blonde kids, they were intense. It's always a little creepy working with them. You do wonder what it's like for them to confront this material, and you wonder how much they should know and how much they do know. If I was a parent, I'm not sure I'd let my kid be an actor on American Horror Story. I am a parent, I'm talking about. Ryan's got 2 kids. I've got a kid. Brad Falchuk's got kids. A lot of the writers have kids. So it's oddly enough a very family-oriented show. Matt Bomer's got 3 kids. Cheyenne, they're having kids. Wes Bentley's got kids. You know, a lot of us have kids. So it's only natural that that should be part of the theme of the show, family of some sort. And I think that Ryan treats it very seriously. He's never using kids in a way that I think is disrespectful. But also, kids take themselves very seriously. They have real emotional needs, and they have real passion about their story. So I think it's great.
And I know so many people are here and they love your work and they completely admire you. What do you have to say to aspiring actors or writers or producers? What advice could you give them to encourage them to follow their dreams?
The amazing thing about the time we're living in now is that you can sort of just make it and do it. If you look at YouTube and how people come up on YouTube and suddenly become stars, they're just making the stuff and doing it. They're not waiting for anybody. I write all the time. I have a movie I'm trying to get made right now. I've written 2 plays with a co-writer. I'm writing my 3rd play. So I guess part of my advice is don't wait for anybody to give you permission, because no one's in charge. You know, so if you want to be a writer, you're a writer. Ding. If you want to be an actor, you're an actor. Ding. You know, nobody can tell you. You can go to school if you want to. You can go pay a lot of money. I went to school. I got a degree in it. But that's not the only path. You can be a director. You can be a producer. You can be a creator without anybody telling you that you have permission. And that's my biggest message, I think, is that don't wait. Just do it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here. Can we give a big round of applause for Denis?